The sophomore from California will start for BC. First ever meeting between these two teams, and the first serve sails long. And the Mustangs, 11-3 overall, as you said, winners of 6 consecutive games. 5 of those have been on the road, and now 3-0 in conference play. Maya Tabron, the grad student from California. 19 aces on her ledger so far this year. Yellen gets to it. Lambros over for Schroeder. Tried to turn that back against the grain, but just didn't quite have the angle on it, and SMU has a 2-0 lead. Serve receive is going to be so important for Boston College. Jason Kennedy said it. We're not mincing any words saying, it just wasn't good enough against Pitt. And BC knows that. It's been a work in progress. They're feeling more confident in it, but it's a huge factor in a game like this. Here's Schroeder, goes up top. Nearly got a point, and Harrington puts it right back over the net for a 2-1 lead.
It's a good play there for Harrington to get after it, seeing that that one was going to come over the net. And you talked about it, serve and the pass game for Boston College. This is a really good serving SMU team. And they try to get them out of rhythm, out of rotation. And when you're able to capitalize on points like that, those are the types of points you have to string together.
The officials are over at the scorers table checking on something. I don't believe anything was challenged. Not sure if the officials are looking for a review on their own there, or looks like we're good to restart at 2-1. And Cornelia Roach, senior from Greenwich, Connecticut, has continued to work her way into a role with this Eagles team after a great year last year. And SMU has a 3-1 lead. Naya Shimei, the grad student from Wyoming, who came in as a transfer from the University of Wyoming last year, had 300 kills. He's had a strong start to this year. Over 3.5 kills per set, 316 hit percentage. Here's Natalie Foster, the outstanding server. And she's got an ace.
Well, 5 aces against Clemson. We talked about how good this SMU team is at the line. 86 service aces now on the weekend. 3rd best in the conference, top 100 in the nation. And you can just see how hard it is to read that serve off of her arms.
That one sailed long. Good read by Morgan Riddle, the libero on the back line. Came in as a transfer from Colorado this year.
Jason Kennedy talked about how good it is to have a veteran back there who can control the pace as a defensive specialist, libero.
SMU will go to work. Good back set. Yellen got a piece of it. Schroeder reaching against the ladder, but couldn't save it. Mustangs up 5-2.
It's a heck of an effort by Hallie Schroeder to try to keep it in play without touching the net or getting it off the antenna.
Another one sails long. So better reads the last couple here for Boston College.
Oh, Jason Kennedy talked about the keys to the game: serve and the pass game, making sure that you're reading those serves well and try to get production from that right side, and was able to see a little bit of spurts in that in the Pittsburgh game and trying to carry that over here to the Sunday matchup against SMU.
Float serve from Hallie Schroeder. Here's a slide play, blocked, but it's out. Really good positioning by the Eagles block. They couldn't quite tool it.
That's somebody you got to keep in check if you're Boston College. Nadie Okamore is so good. Had 8 blocks against Houston, 4 kills against Nebraska in that big upset victory.
Jane Petrian gets the set to Haggerty. Replay here for SMU. Wide side, blocks there. Diving play to keep it going by Shimei. Morgan Riddle has a dig. Petrie cross court. Audrey Ross, that was deflected. Another shot here for SMU. Long service. BC went into the net. So SMU gets a point.
So early in this first set, SMU not the best in digs, 17th in the ACC at 12.78 on the year, but a couple of big plays here to extend it on some good digs on that back row, and they've gotten some points from it.
Good dig in the back by Brooke Frazier, and another SMU point. Good start for the Mustangs. They're up 8-3 here in set 1.
Just efficient, 4 kills on 6 attacks. Gotten an ace and 4 digs.
Wheeler now. Very solid player. That was nearly overpassed. Free ball over for the Mustangs. Bump set comes back for Tabron. They're Petrie over for Audrey Ross, trying to get it over the block. Does get a piece of it. Free ball over for Boston College this time. Petrie sets up Ross again. Again, the block got a piece of it, still going. And from the back line, bumped over by Wheeler. Another try for BC. Ross this time converts. Third time's the charm for Audrey Ross, the sophomore.
That's a good save by the Mustangs on the opposite side to try to keep it in play down the line, and then just taking advantage as Audrey Ross, the sophomore, had 16 kills earlier this year against Eastern Kentucky.
It's just the second kill for Boston College so far, and then that serve is into the net. SMU 5 kills on 8 attempts without an error so far, hitting .625 as a team in the early going. Ellie Bolton, the grad student. Petrie, back set for Hoppus. Sam Hoppus had a really nice day against Pitt last time out for Boston College. 6 kills without an attack error. Was probably the Eagles' best hitter in that game. Ended up hitting .545.
Picked up 4 blocks in the matchup as well. He back-to-back matches with 4 blocks, had 4 against the Tar Heels.
That one is in. Lambros with an ace to the back line. She had 39 aces last year, which led the team. That's her 13th here in 2024.
Yeah, had 1 or more service aces in 23 matches.
Did it again. And Boston College back in this first set.
She's got some English on that serve here today, back-to-back, where it kind of just dies down as it hits towards that back line.
Good run here for the grad student elected to come back for a 5th year to BC. Slide play is good. Off the block and out. Wheeler. And it sends Celia Cullen, the AAC Setter of the Year last year. Went over 4,000 assists last weekend in the game against Clemson. Ross had to reach a long way for it. Eagles do get it over, but free ball for SMU. Big time shot. Maya Tabron, who came in as a transfer from Colorado, a teammate last year of Boston College's Morgan Riddle. And she beat her right there.
Well, Cullen, you talked about how good she was in the American Conference, ACC Setter of the Week, and she does it again on that setup.
Harrington gets it over. Little late getting over. SMU nearly took advantage, but the Eagles were there in the back. Here's Ross. Little bumps it up. Bump set from Lambros. Free ball back over for the Mustangs. By 4 in this second set. Dig from Lambros. A lot of long points, good rallies here in the first set. Tabron's been very good so far. Couldn't get it through the block. Over on 2. Riddle, good read. Ross had to reach for that one, but it's enough. Never know at a point like that. The rally goes so long, everybody's a little bit tired and out of rotation, and Boston College takes advantage. Big point.
That's what Boston College is going to have to do, extend those points, get those front blockers out of position, try to isolate the blockers up front so it's a little bit easier to navigate. But when you have 2 blockers of SMU there, it's so hard to break through that line, but they've been able to do it here in the first set.
Brooklyn Yelland, that's going. That's long. Chimay, the grad student, just sailed on her a little bit off the set from Cullen. BC's hanging in this first set, 11-9. That one sails and in. Boy, that's a couple of times. Just a bad read on the back line, and the Eagles have taken advantage.
Yeah, Ellie Bolton has been so good at reading serves this season. Just a miscommunication as it was coming towards the line. Didn't think she had a play on it, so just kind of let it bounce.
Third ace for BC today after they had just one in the match against Pitt. Locks in good position, and Boston College has tied set one.
Well, big turning point, back-to-back aces by Sophia Lambros. Now you get another ace at the line to even this game up. Eagles trying to ride this momentum.
That rally that we talked about, that Boston College won on kind of a broken play from Audrey Ross. And it's led to 4 consecutive points and now 11 all in the first set. Good save by Chimay. It's a free ball over. Lambros, back set, Harrington. Good dig on the back line by Cullen. Forces a bump set, but point SMU. It was tipped, but would have been in anyway in the back line.
That's a great read by Chimay to see the open court behind the block for Boston College. Get enough on it to sneak it through and land inside the court.
So SMU has the lead back 12-11. That's into the net, tied again.
Third service error for SMU, just giving points to Boston College, keeping them in it.
Cornelia Roach, both middle blockers in at the moment for BC in their 6-2. Really good setup through the middle. Natalie Foster, the grad student from Wichita State.
We talked about how good she is at the service line. Can do it at the net as a blocker, as a scorer.
Seventh in the country in aces, and that's why. You don't usually think of a middle blocker as your elite server, and she just wasn't quite consistent enough at Wichita State, but she's been extremely consistent so far this year for SMU.
Yeah, Sam Erger talked about how she's getting more reps at SMU, and it's developed that serve really nicely.
Does have enough topspin to get over. Schroeder trying to take advantage, and that's long. So BC right in this first set. Kind of at a similar point to that first set was against Pitt. Panthers had a lead of 4 points at one point. Boston College kind of hung in. Survived a couple of good serving runs. And then eventually, with their block, who had 9 blocks in that first set alone against the Panthers, ended up to the 25-23 win. Good quick passing by Wheeler, the senior. And the all-AAC first-team selection from last year picks up the point for SMU. Her first kill of the match gives the Mustangs a 2-point lead here in set one.
It's a feeling we all share, an unbridled drive that moves us.
To rival the unrivaled.
To expect the unexpected.
And to outdo ourselves again and again and again.
We live to shake the ground beneath our feet, to make the improbable dream a right now reality.
Because we can.
And because we must.
Irresistibly smooth milk chocolate from the Lindt Master Chocolatier. Lindor. Made to melt you. And now, discover a new non-dairy Lindor. Made with oat milk. Made to melt you.
Prime Big Deal Days is coming October 8th and 9th. With exclusive savings just for Prime members, you'll feel like a big deal. Shop deals on electronics, fashion, and more this Prime Big Deal Days, October 8th and 9th.
15-13 lead for SMU over Boston College here in the first set from Chestnut Hill. SMU and BC. Here are some of the numbers in the ACC where some of the players in this match ranked. Julia Haggerty not only first in the ACC, but first nationally in blocks per set. Told you about that off the top of the show. But there you see Natalie Foster, who is in really great position. Came into the weekend 7th nationally in serving. And it's such a rare thing for a middle blocker, but what a luxury it is for this SMU team.
Yeah, top 11 in the ACC in blocks. So again, it just hurts you in different ways. Assists in every game this year. She has been phenomenal in some of these set-up plays early on in this match that have helped SMU kind of build a little bit of a lead here.
Naya Chimay serves, get us restarted at 15-13, and then makes a diving play. 50-50 ball comes over to BC, and Hallie Schroeder can't get the point. Tabron had it, and then it's knocked out. BC back within one.
How about this diving save on the near side? Chimay just lays all out, comes right there to keep that play alive, but Boston College taking advantage of these extended plays again and moving those blockers from that opening in the middle.
15-14, and that serves into the net from Schroeder. Sends Wheeler back there, senior from Austin, Texas. Good serve. So much top spin on that ball, and it never got to the back line, and Jason Kennedy will use the timeout.
Third ace of the match here for SMU, and again,
really
just shows
see
you
it on that replay.
The drop on that. So much great rotation, and it just shows you from top to bottom, anybody at the service line for SMU can get the job done and capitalize on those points.
So Wheeler, as we said, 2 times was an all-AAC first-team selection. In fact, last year, she was not only the preseason player of the year, but lived up to it, being named to the first team, and then now continuing to do it in a different conference, but she's been very good so far. 131 kills coming in, 2.7 kills per set, hitting at 256. Big reason why SMU has been a top 10 offense this season.
Yeah, so good, knows how to get the job done, and had 17 kills against San Diego, picked up 21 kills against Northern Iowa with 11 digs, and just the versatility of all these athletes for Sam Erger just shows you she likes to mix and match, put them in different places where they can be successful. That's why this team has had the early on success at 11-3 in the year. You're getting contributions from top to bottom on the lineup.
Sam Erger, a couple of years here at SMU after 8 successful seasons as an assistant at Baylor. Main recruiting coordinator for the Bears, and now has gone and beaten a ranked Baylor team each of the last 2 years as the head coach of SMU. The team has a 17-14 lead as we play here in the first set.
Pretty amazing family, right? 3 sisters who all played volleyball at the collegiate level. Her father, Jim Fish, is a prominent high school volleyball coach in North Branch High School in North Branch, Michigan.
That serve is long. Definitely have been some service errors today that have stood out in key moments. That's 4 for SMU, 3 on the other side for Boston College.
Yeah, you said it, key moments, right? Feels like a couple of points together, whether the Boston College making the run and then a service error gives it back to SMU or vice versa.
Both teams hitting well to this point. SMU's had far more opportunities. That's a good slide play. Okamore, the grad student, really came into her own last year at Florida, hit 342 after only playing a little bit her first couple of years, but she's settled in nicely to this SMU team.
You talked about the hit percentage. Boston College, good weekend overall.
Ross steps up to get it. Tried to go through the middle block and Roach. Chimay from the back line. Eagles get another shot at it with Ross. Boy, SMU has just dug the ball outstanding so far. Ross trying again, and the block is there. Does that get over? It's good if it does. Eagles block there again. And on we go. Schroeder from the back line, knocked right back over. What a rally. Tabron wins it. What a rally. And SMU finds a way. They're up 4 again.
Again, it's Naya Chimay who comes out of nowhere, puts herself in good position right there just to keep the play alive. And then the rally that just goes back and forth between SMU and Boston College. Tabron's gonna get the final kill to put the point away, but what an extended play there.
50-50 point like that goes a long way. Even this one comes right back over on what looked like the winning point. Slide play's been dominant, though. SMU's gone there a few different times, and it's worked each one. Natalie Foster that time, and I would imagine that's what Jason Kennedy's going to talk about during this timeout with SMU back up by 5.
Yeah, we saw Nadie Okamore do a couple of slides. Now it's Natalie Foster who comes in at 6'4", and that's a presence just running down towards the net. So the block has to get over in time, but what SMU has done so well here on the near side in this last run is isolate the block, so it's a one-on-one matchup, and they're able to capitalize against Boston College.
So the lead is 5 for SMU here in the first set, but the Mustangs 20-15. Really been pretty spread out, though. Tabron has 4 kills. Schmey and Foster each with 3, hitting .357 as a team. But the dig number is really what stands out. 15 digs in this first set for SMU. And it just feels like on balls like this, even some of them just have found a way to stay in time and time again.
Yeah, we talked about it. They came in 17th in the ACC at 12.78 digs per set. This set now up to 15, and again, it's just the selfless plays, laying all out, putting your body on the line, and we've seen some misreads on the service, but some of those plays that maybe teams might give up on or let bounce, they've kept alive on the dives and the digs. So a good effort here in the first. They've got to keep that going if they want to extend this lead.
So a 3-0 scoring run for SMU to build this lead back to 5. Ellie Bolton will serve. Came in from Creighton this year. Was voted one of the captains of this SMU team, despite this being her first season with the program. Last year was 9th in the Big East in aces per set. That went up to 3rd in conference games. Sam Hoppus starting to find her rhythm as that other right side, along with Petrie, paired up in this 6-2. Jason Kennedy has looked for someone to emerge from that spot. Hoppus, who was solid against Pitt. 2 kills without an error so far in this first set.
Yeah, we saw Harrington early on in the first get a kill. Now it's Hoppus. You saw Sequoia Lane have a really good game against North Carolina.
Off the Lambros serve. Slide play again.
I guess SMU's hungry for some sliders. They've got them going either way today.
Thank you. Hey, the low-hanging fruit's still there for a reason.
I know you missed me.
It's fine.
I know you missed me.
It's fine. It has been a while. 21-16. Saw Pitt do that a little bit on Friday, but not a ton. And SMU, with their plethora of athletes up front, has done a nice job. Roach through the middle. Job to get a piece of it, over on 2. Shot from Harrington's defended well by Frazier. Riddle with the dig. Lambros sets up Harrington again, that sails high. This hit from Harrington, and SMU leads 22-16.
She knew it immediately. We looked up to the heavens and shook her head. That one just kind of going down on the jump, so didn't get the opportunity to kind of close the hand over the ball.
Short on the serve, Lambros from Schroeder in the back line. SMU read that well. Good read by Tabron.
That time for Boston College, both blocks are there, but just realizing that is Tabron. So instead of going the hard strike, which she's done most of the game, this time just a little finesse over the block, enough to get it on the court.
Jason Kennedy's going to make a swap at the right side. Sequoia Lane is in for the first time, first year from White Plains, New York. 18th set so far this year. Cullen on the serve. Trying Ross again. Best swing in a while for BC. Audrey Ross takes advantage.
That's strong for Ross. Knew she wanted to get that one cross court as her momentum was being taken away from the antenna. So enough on that one to get it cross court and low enough. not to be dug out.
Third assist of the set for Lambros. Brooklyn Yellen back in to serve. That's into the net. Each team with 4 errors on their serve so far, and SMU has set point. Got to get used to the video board being right in your sight line. Tabron, who had a very good first set. Here's Schroeder. Would that get tipped? No, just mishit. And SMU takes set 1. 25-17, SMU with it. Maya Tabron, 5 kills on 12 swings without an error in that first set, hit .417. Also had 3 digs. This one's into the net. 5th service error for SMU today.
If you're Boston College, those are the mistakes you got to capitalize on. Try to string together points off of the errors, whether it's attacking errors, service errors from SMU, and go on a run. You saw early in that first set when they trailed, they were able to string together 4 or 5 points in a row.
Cullen had to go a long way for the bump set. Eagles can set this up, and Schroeder, good shot. So Aubrey Moore is in to start this second set for Boston College as the setter. The Eagles, who combined only had 6 assists in that first set. So Moore, the freshman from Darien, Connecticut, is getting more and more playing time here recently in BC. He's got a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, the freshman has been able to learn the offense really well, be consistent while out on the court, and Jason Kennedy really liked to see her early on in the season and has earned kind of more playing time here in conference play. It's like they're trying to clean up a wet spot here on the near side. Twin sister Ellie plays at Kansas.
Morgan Riddle set to go. Grad student libero. Just clipped the net. Back set for Chimay. Riddle got a piece of it, but the Eagles couldn't find it off the net. Natalie Foster to serve. .34 aces this year for Foster, but that's in the net. Lucy Mott will come in for the first time, another freshman setter for Boston College. She'll come in to serve. It's Aubrey Moore's spot. Sam Hoppus comes in on rotation for BC as well. So Jason Kennedy changes out both setters to start this second set. SMU finds an open spot on the floor. 4-2 is the Boston College lead here in set number 2.
Just trying to give SMU different looks. You know, for the Mustangs, it's a team that loves to serve. They are aggressive on the serve. They'll take the errors with the aces. Had a match earlier this year with 4 aces and 12 errors against Georgia Tech.
Here's Hoppus. Through the middle that time, but still converted well. Sam Hoppus in a good rhythm right now.
Yeah, a couple of good swings for Hoppus as the sophomore trying to find a rhythm here and build the lead for Boston College.
Allie Schroeder. Cullen, good set, but the block's there. That's the block. That's the reason Boston College is top 5 in the country, and that stat led by Haggerty.
Just good movement, good read, seeing where that setup was going to go. And you can see right there, even before the pass gets there, both blocks for Boston College.
Second block credited to Haggerty today. There's the slide play. The Eagles read it. So that's a great example of an in-match adjustment because SMU had to go to that 5 or 6 times in the first set. And the Eagles now have blocked 2 in a row.
Well, you talk about the adjustments, left side, right side. You know that's kind of the theme here for SMU, so you knew it was going to go that side. And again, a good read off the initial setup.
That was a great look, too. They tried to go there again. It hit the antenna. So BC gets the point. Going back to that last replay we just showed, you could see how early Haggerty read where that play was going and immediately signaled. Part of what makes her so good on the block. She's got 3 of them in the match so far. The Eagles have it as a team are at 4. Schroeder mishit on the serve, but Boston College built the lead out. So 8-3.
Talk about it. It's a team that doesn't shy away from the competition.
Lucy Mott back set for Hoppus. Cullen came in. Tabron does get it through. Block got a piece of it, but it slips through down to the court, and it's 8-4.
And Tabron has done a couple of good jobs adjusting her shot. Last time she had an opportunity with the block there. She did the finesse shot over. This time realizes it's there and has maybe enough mustard on it with a good setup to put it through and gets the deflection to get the point.
Boston College in this midst of a really difficult stretch of volleyball. Haggerty right through the middle. Good dig by Frazier. Tabron was too short. And the block's in position again. So this second set, the Eagles' block has come to play.
Again, it's all reading the setter here for Boston College, and then they get the point back. Haggerty with a strong opportunity, but when you get Tabron out of position and no one's there to support, you're isolating that block on the other side. It makes it easier.
Nice idea by Cullen. The Eagles read it. Cornelia Roach in the middle. SMU defends it well. Tabron's got to go over. Now Audrey Ross down the line and good. And BC leads 10-4 here in this second set. Good bounce back set here for the Eagles.
2 big plays on that sequence from Cornelia Roach. Does a really good job to keep the play alive. And then the kill for Boston College from Audrey Ross.
Julia Haggerty stays into serve on rotation here. Tabron is good. So now Ellie Bolton. Hoppus trying again. Stuck on the net for a while. Now Tabron. Good job by Riddle. Audrey Ross is blocked. First block of the match for SMU.
It's crazy to say, right? I mean, how good their block has been. It's another play that is extended, but good arms up top at the net. That's what you want to see. You want to be in position, and again, it's Foster.
So SMU coming back a little bit here. 10-6 now in this second set. Bad pass off the serve. Ross reaching for it, no chance. That's where Jason Kennedy talks about the serve-receive game for Boston College, trying to find some consistency on the back line.
Yeah, and
it
this
just
run
sends you out of rotation.
And this run starts off of a service error, and now here on this play, just a breakdown where SMU is able to capitalize.
Now within 3. Mott had to reach for it and went into the net.
Well, really, we've seen both teams weather the storm, right? In the first set, Boston College looked like it might have get out of hand. They kept it in reaching distance with a little bit of a run, and now here it looked like Boston College might have run away with the second set, but SMU with a run of their own, 4 straight.
Hoppus. Good dig again, Ellie Bolton. And Tabron wins the point.
You said it, Bolton got low for this dig. She gets in good position here behind the block, keeps it alive. And then again on the left side, Tabron has been all over it here for SMU. Now up to 8 kills.
Eagles make a change in their middle block. Grace Milliken comes in for the first time today, and for Roach, 10-9, 5 straight points for SMU. Has to be a bump set, and Hoppus is long, and SMU has tied this, and Jason Kennedy will use the timeout. 6 consecutive points for the Mustangs. And Boston College, who was up big early, now SMU has tied this second set.
Knock, knock. #1 broker here for the #1 hitmaker.
Thanks for swinging by, Carl.
No problem. So what are all those for?
This lets me adjust the bass, add more guitar, maybe some drums.
Wow, so many choices.
Yeah, like Schwab. I can get full-service wealth management, advice, invest on my own, and trade on Thinkorswim.
You know Carl is the only front man you need.
Oh, I gotta take this, Carl. It's Schwab.
Have a choice in how you invest with Schwab.
Oh no. Guess I'm going back to the store.
I can fix that.
Fast fixes with Felix.
Tomorrow work?
Works for me.
Gotta run.
That's what you do.
Delivery at the speed you need.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Well, SMU's ranked number 17 in the country. They play really well all year long. The biggest game that stands out at home in their home opener against number 2 Nebraska. Not only a victory, but a sweep for SMU over the second-ranked Cornhuskers. Just a remarkable night all around in front of a crowd of over 6,700 people, which set a new record by more than 4,000 people for a volleyball game. First time an unranked team swept Nebraska in 10 years. And SMU did it in an opener. Hi, Coach. There's a large video board right near the bench. And if she was looking at it, she would see a service error at that point. And BC has the lead back 11-10.
It was a big match, that number 2 Nebraska win, and then they followed up on the road with another sweep of 18th ranked Baylor. They've had these tests on the road and at home where they feel like they've been able to learn through losses and through some of these wins where they've made their team stronger in the process.
Cross-court pass is blocked. So that's Milliken just in. And one of the benefits of Anna Harrington playing on the right side is she's a natural middle, which helps in the blocking game so much.
You can see that right arm tilted inward for Harrington. Good support on the block.
She's averaging a block per set. Eagles got a piece of that one. They can play it out through a bump set. Audrey Ross tried to take something off. Couple of drop shots do not work. Tabron is long. So BC hangs in, and how about out of the timeout here that Jason Kennedy just called, led by that service error. 3 straight points for Boston College. They have the lead back 13-10.
As a coach, you always want to get out of that timeout, get a couple of points, get that confidence back, get that momentum back on your side, and Jason Kennedy should be happy about how his team has responded after that timeout.
Still sticking with the freshman setters. Moore there on the serve. Riddle right at the net, but well answered by Natalie Foster.
It's one where maybe you want to see Milliken kind of contest that a little bit more instead of waiting for the overpass to get over. A good dig out, but it just goes right over the net. A little late getting up there was Milliken, and Foster again at 6'4". She can jump.
So 13-11. Good setup for Ross. Block was in solid position. Got another try at it. That is a great set from the freshman, Aubrey Moore. And Ross Goes right down the line for a 3-point lead.
Yeah, great location to get it right past the block and inside the court towards the corner. Beautifully done. Just Chimay couldn't get there in time.
That set is everything about what Jason Kennedy wants his offense to be when it's going right. Quick, low, and on target. Good save off a missed hit on the serve receive. Or again, this time back set for Harrington. That one was a little behind, and SMU takes advantage.
I think the Eagles got caught too far up on that play. Just couldn't find enough space to get that, extend that one.
Jason Kennedy may be thinking about a challenge here. And we are indeed going to take a look. So they will go to the monitor. The score at the moment, 14-12.
Looks like they'll take a look and see if there was any contact with the net. That one's a little tough, so we'll see a better angle here. Chimay again got up.
Yep. And that was pretty clear, so good job to get it right. Good challenge by Jason Kennedy. So give the point to Boston College. So that's a big change from 14-12 to 15-11.
We don't have stats for challenges, but his percentage is pretty high.
He's been pretty solid.
Always credits his staff for that one, right? Always talks about how they tell him that he needs to challenge and gives them a nice little show of love.
So Brooklyn Yellen stays into serve. 15-11. And Chimay, block's been better positioned in this second set for Boston College. Another chance, Chimay takes advantage. Naya Chimay, the grad student. Sam Erger this week called her one of the most athletic people I've ever had the opportunity to coach. Whatever athletic move, she just said, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then does it, even if she's never done it before.
Yeah, talked about all her talent and versatility and acrobatics, and she's so athletic that she can make things happen in different areas of the court.
Natalie Perdue in for the first time to serve. Here's Schroeder. Block can't keep it in. Third kill of the day for Hallie Schroeder. Boston College's most used arm as the left side. Haggerty comes back in, so important rotations for the Eagles to take advantage with Haggerty in the front row. Libero Morgan Riddle will serve. Cullen went to a knee for that set, or did enough to keep it alive. Harrington couldn't get it through the block. Schroeder tried to get it over early. Cullen back set, Chimay. Riddle's got a piece. Wheeler couldn't get it through. This time it's a bump set for Wheeler, and got it this time. So another long rally goes the way of SMU.
Yeah, those extended plays just really benefited SMU, and you saw them go twice back to the same side, kind of mixing up their offense a little bit here late in the second set, trying to close this deficit.
Schroeder, tough angle on that one as a right-handed hitter. And SMU gets it through. Boston College hanging on to the lead, but closing now in his SMU, 16-14 here in the second set.
Yeah, just hits off the antenna, and that's the thing about this SMU team is they don't give up, they don't get too high, they don't get too low.
That serves long. So a couple of errors for SMU on the serve as certainly been a theme in this match so far. That's 8 of them today.
Yeah, and we've talked about it. They've had games where the service error numbers were higher than the aces. They had 13 against San Diego, but 9 aces in that matchup. They had a conference high 19 service errors against LMU and still were able to win that match.
Chimay couldn't get it through the block. Was reaching for it anyway, but you're not going to get that through against this Boston College block, and SMU will use the timeout. So the Eagles changed their setters. They went to 2 freshmen this set, and it's worked well. It's a 4-point Boston College lead here deeper into set number 2.
Well, the Boston College block has been what's kept them in this matchup. They've been good so far in this game against SMU, which SMU has a really good block of their own, but they've held SMU's block to just 1, Boston College with 7. And again, just reading where the setter wants to go, reading those eyes, reading those arms, and trying to get there before the slide comes over or before the setup.
So Lucy Mott back to serve again for Boston College. Back set Chimay. Can't beat that.
So good, so strong. And again, just shows you the versatility. We saw her digging out plays in the first set. Here she is at the net, getting kills to put her team in a position to come back in the second. And there's no way you can get that one out. Just so much power behind it.
And that's into the net. There's a fine line, right, on some of these service errors. You obviously take some. It's trading for aces, but right now 9 service errors compared to just 3 aces. A wrong ratio for SMU. Allie Schroeder will serve. Important moments here for BC, trying to square this match 1-1. Up by 4 in the second set. Cullen, good set to the middle, and Chimay comes flying from the back line and gets SMU back within 3.
Now you said it, Chimay just comes running up on this start, and these are the types of plays that are going to give Boston College some difficulty, right? You think you're going to set it up at the net, but instead it comes from the back line.
Mott sets up Ross. Cullen had to go a long way for it. Haggerty reached too far over the net. And SMU gets the point.
Yeah, all 6-2 of Haggerty just had to kind of read it, but then a little too much over. Two-point match. I think it's a big part of this second set. If SMU is able to get this next point, can kind of spur them on a run.
On the Wheeler serve, Mott gives Ross a chance. Slide play. Had to go up top that time. 50-50 ball, and Haggerty doesn't lose many of those.
Yeah, this is great. Nady comes in and knows that she wants to make a play on it. Had the kind of upper hand, but Haggerty able to kind of block it on the low side of the ball right there. Gives it enough spin that it hits off the top of the net and goes on the SMU side.
And now Haggerty serves at 20-17. That play's worked. twice now in the last 4 or 5 points for Nia Shimei.
What it does, it really splits the block up front, right? One has to go to the left, one has to stay in the middle, and the other on the right side. So now you go back, and Shimei out of nowhere has great placement. This time took a little bit off of it.
Sails long.
And now 6 service errors here for SMU in the second set. No aces. All 3 came in the first.
Aubrey Moore back in on rotation with Harrington. Moore back sets Harrington. Good dig again by Wheeler. Ross going for it, got it. Aubrey Moore continues to set really well in this second set, and Sam Erger calls timeout.
Yeah, just good feed. That one cleanly, either if there's no contact from the block or that back row.
Audrey Ross now 6 kills on 20 swings today, just 2 attack errors, I think 200. But credit to Aubrey Moore, who's come in and done a good job mixing and matching, and she's set most of Ross's good swings so far.
Yeah, Ross becoming more terminal, become a great blocker in her career here at Boston College, but now has that chemistry with Aubrey Moore, who's understanding the BC offense a little bit more. I mean, the coaching staff wants her to be a little bit more vocal, but as a freshman, that will come with a little bit more time, and you can see them developing great chemistry out on the court.
Let's take a look. Better offensive performance from Boston College here in set number 2, and it's been the 2 freshman setters. Mott.
Yeah, just giving Schroeder good opportunities to get it off that SMU block, and we saw Audrey Ross with a couple of kills in that second set as well. It's when that setup comes right in your box area, and you're able to just swing freely, not worry about an adjustment or thinking twice about the strike, makes it that much more natural on the kill attempt for Boston College.
So 4-point lead for Boston College. Aubrey Moore, who has 5 assists in this second set. Over on 2. Good choice from Celia Cullen.
Yeah, I saw kind of the C's part in front of her, realized that's a big opening there behind the block and able to get it through.
Can't do it every time, but you can mix it in well. It's a luxury to have when you play a 5-1. Ross got a point through the bump set.
Well, again, just a strong setup, and Riddle had her own teammate coming in and still was able to feed it nicely to the far side.
It's one of those, if you take it from the setter, you better set it well, and Morgan Riddle, to her credit, did. And Audrey Ross takes advantage, so the Eagles 2 points away from squaring this match. Good quick set to the middle. Natalie Foster, 6th kill on 9 swings for Foster.
You've seen her do it in every single way here against Boston College at the service line, up front, whether it's the block or the offense. A special player to watch.
Overpass, and Wheeler takes advantage. They call her jams, and she's got SMU back within 2.
Yeah, just a great read here. Realizes it's coming right to her, goes to the open court. A strong enough strike to get it in.
Tabron. Or again for Schroeder, off the block and out. And set point for Boston College.
It's a good look for Schroeder. A lot of the times she's been looking cross-court. This time realized the block was there, just try to make some contact and get it out, and it's exactly what she was able to do.
So Morgan Riddle now. Chimay, yep, keeps it going.
It's now 3 times here in the second set. When SMU has needed a point, they've gone to Chimay.
Double-digit kills now for Chimay. First one to 10 today. Foster on the other side. Harrington was in good position here. Schroeder! And set 2 goes to Boston College. That's a really impressive bump set.
They haven't been able to just get that block going against Boston College.
On the BC side, to start set 3, it is again Aubrey Moore who's in as the setter. First on the floor for BC. The Eagles block can't quite keep it in. And SMU gets point number 1.
But again, another good read early on by Boston College. They knew it was coming to that side, just couldn't get the arm up. It was Schroeder who was there, just couldn't get the angle quite towards the line.
Grace Milliken also starts in the front row in the middle block for BC on this rotation. Moore goes back, set for Harrington. Good read by Foster, who's played excellent for SMU today.
Yeah, just good decision-making at the net. There are times where she puts some power behind it, and then times where she's just gonna push it through, and this time realizes there's an open space there that she didn't have to put too much on it, just enough to get it in, and does a good job doing that.
Chance for Schroeder down the line. Ali Schroeder. 6th kill for Schroeder. And Morgan Riddle to serve.
Sorry, try to go down the line this time, gets it further into the court, still gets a piece of it.
Good save by Yelland. And Haggerty goes with the left hand. Read the Moore serve well and got to it quickly.
That's volleyball logo stuff right there, where she's off her feet, but just one little finesse up left, little Michael Jordan logo-esque.
Probably the best dig of the match on the Boston College side so far. After that was a huge factor early. Can't get this one though. Wheeler got to it quickly. 5th kill for Wheeler.
When SMU coming out of the timeout, putting more pop on these shots when they're at the net.
Off the Foster serve. And they call a double hit on Yelland. Remember, they changed that rule in the offseason, trying to make it easier for some of those non-setters to get in position to convert some of those, but they still say that Yelland held it on her hand there for too long.
From Schroeder is just trying to make sure they get on the same page. And it's one that when there are new rules, there's going to be different interpretations, right?
I don't think Jason Kennedy had the same interpretation on that one. Just a guess.
Just didn't agree.
From Allie's explanation. Yellen gets to it. Haggerty's got to give a free ball. Cullen sets up the middle, and Okamore delivers. Good point. 5-2 SMU.
That's the SMU that we've seen in the past couple of weeks when they've been able to sweep opponents. Is get in rotation, quick first touch, get it set up at the net. Basically 3-4 touches or 3 touches and you're in.
That's long. It is going to be Lucy Mott who stays in as the other setter as well for Boston College. So Moore and Mott, who played set 2, will do so again in set 3. Bump set. Yelland again with a diving play. SMU still in control of the point, though, and Wheeler wins it.
That's what Erger wants to see from her team, just end those rallies quickly at the net. Haven't been allowed Boston College to get into an extended play.
Hoppus off the block and out.
Thought Hoppus had a good second set. Was up to 3 kills now in the match. Now her 4th after that one. It's been all over the floor with 3 digs as well. It's a young group at the top for the Eagles trying to get these kills going.
So it's 6-4 SMU. Leads set 3. Hallie Schroeder again to serve. That's where Cullen's so valuable. Even off a miss hit, can keep it going. But Ross, good read. Another point for Audrey Ross.
Great net play, just taking advantage of it.
Boy, Cullen had to go such a long way and still puts it in a great spot for Wheeler. I mean, this is outstanding. It's not sometimes about when you have the perfect setup for a set, but when you have to do it like this, and look where she puts that ball.
When it just able to get the arms moving enough to set it up on that side, just beautifully done on the chase down and the put away. Now another game for Cullen. Now at least 27 assists in every game this year, including today.
6 digs as well. Ross dives for it. Hoppus gets it back for Schroeder. The free ball for SMU. The slide is blocked. So as well as it worked for SMU in the first set, it's almost completely disappeared as an option because the Eagles blocked since.
Yeah, and just good movement from Ross. You talked about how the communication from Haggerty. She just knows where that ball is going, gives it a little move to the left, and then Ross follows suit.
That play, though, has continued to work. Naya Chimney coming up from the back line, right down Comav.
Yeah, she is so good. And sometimes you gotta unload that arm and you don't get the same accuracy, but each time it's right down the middle.
So it's 8-6. And Ross sends it long.
It's one where the set and the timing on the jump just weren't there, so Ross tried to readjust, but just overhit it.
Team's hitting the ball reasonably well so far, over their season averages for the whole match at the moment. Chimay gets it again.
Net helps that one a little bit, but again, right down the middle. She's not afraid to attack. She's got some hops. She gets up. You're gonna see it here on the replay. I mean, watch where she is at the net. Right there, almost her entire leg is in between the net.
And that's not the straight line up and down jump. It's a launch from the back row. Schroeder got that one. So almost the same play that we've seen SMU run so well. Boston College takes it out of the Mustangs playbook.
I say we got a hitter in the middle too that can put it through the middle. Schroeder has been fun here in this game. She has attacked the line. She's gone right after the block, mixed it up.
10-7. Schroeder top 5 in the ACC in points per set. It's Ross's chance. Well dug by Wheeler. That's actually stayed in. That would have been in play, but too hard to change the momentum of the run.
Okay, you're gonna see the reaction here. Boston College playing at home here. You think they might know the ricochets a little bit? No, this one just, like you said, too much mustard on it that it came all the way back and they could not turn around fast enough.
So 11-7 SMU here in the third set. Ross, yes.
I love the idea, kind of the change of approach on the attacks here for Boston College. A lot of the cross courts early on in the first and early on in the second set, but after that 10-10 tie in the second, the adjustments have come for Boston College. They're mixing up where the attacks are coming from and specifically where they're hitting it off the block.
Brooklyn Yellen now. Another long run for Cullen, but put it in a spot to win a point. Harrington had to reach for it. Set was a touch behind. Chimay wins another.
Well, Cullen, again, on the track down. I mean, if we can just track her footsteps throughout this match, she'd be up over 10,000 probably. I mean, incredible how much ground she covers. And then the great setup for Nia Chimay again, who's been their go-to hand here in set 2 and 3.
Schroeder had to reach with the left hand, and the block was there to read it. In this third set, 13-8 now. Tabron's been on a good serving run. That's still going, but the Eagles can't get it over. And Boston College will make a change on their serve receive. Danica Rock, who we've seen dress as a libero the last couple of games, a natural outside hitter, highly prized recruit, top 50 recruit in the class of 2024, comes in on the back row for Boston College. Moore, good set for Milliken. That's the best she's set the middle in the 2 sets we've seen her play today.
Yeah,
9 assists for Moore.
Just, again, control of the ball on the setup, and that's what makes Moore so good. So young, but good on her decision-making and good on where she's putting that ball.
Blocks there.
Really a game of runs right in the third set. Who's going to survive? Which the opposing team's best shot? Can you weather the storm?
Chimay, that is a perfect shot going to the wide side, and it gives SMU a 5-point lead once again here in the third set. Nia Chimay, 14 kills, hitting over 350. SMU up 5 in the third.
This is the ACC, where greatness isn't just a goal, it's our relentless pursuit.
Well, there you go.
Where elite coaches and preeminent players constantly strive to redefine what's possible. Here, greatness knows no limits. Here, achievements speak louder than words, and legacies are cemented. This is the ACC, accomplished greatness.
Prime Big Deal Days is coming October 8th and 9th. With exclusive savings just for Prime members, you'll feel like a big deal. Shop deals on electronics, fashion, and more this Prime Big Deal Days, October 8th and 9th.
Knock, knock. #1 broker here for the #1 hitmaker.
Thanks for swinging by, Carl.
No problem. So what are all those for?
This lets me adjust the bass, add more guitar, maybe some drums.
Wow, so many choices.
Yeah, like Schwab. I can get full-service wealth management, advice, invest on my own, and trade on Thinkorswim.
You know Carl is the only front man you need.
Oh, I gotta take this, Carl. It's Schwab.
Have a choice in how you invest with Schwab.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Well, story of the day has been Naya Shimei for SMU. 14 kills, she's hitting .393. Really impressive so far.
Yeah, again, and doing it in different ways. It felt like Boston College was able to keep her kind of quiet in the first set, but after that first set, she's been involved in different ways, whether it's that back line or on the sides. 14 kills, a .393 hit percentage, 1 block, and a couple of digs, too.
Natalie Foster will serve for SMU. Ponies are up by 5 here in the third set. And Harrington, that hit the antenna. It's a pretty good looking shot, but just a little wide.
Pony up, is that cowboy up? Kind of the same kind of
SMU, it's the Ponies. Watch the 30 for 30. It was a good one. I don't think we're allowed to talk about what happened, but it was a good 30 for 30. Timeout taken. SMU with a 17-10 lead. Couple of key points in a row, and there's another ace. Remember that SMU hadn't had one in a while. They had 3 of them in that first set, but now up to 5 for the match. And the Mustangs have a 17-10 lead.
But also limiting the errors here in set number 3. Just 1 service error, no blocking errors. They've been able to really capitalize on the attack with 11 kills, 14 points for SMU here in set number 3. And again, the block is starting to get there. They got another block here in the third set, up to 2 so far in the match, and they've limited the opportunities for the Boston College block.
Well, a couple of big games coming up in the ACC, as we've talked about, one of the best conferences in the country, and ACC Network is proud to bring it to you. Coming up on Wednesday, SMU and Pitt. 2 teams that Boston College has seen most recently, so the Mustangs will go and finish their 7-game road trip with that game at Pitt. So they're going to be on the road for a while here, but they're staying on the road, and what a matchup that will be. 7 o'clock on ACC Network. The other big one on the horizon, set your calendars, Sunday, October 20th, 3 o'clock on ESPN, Stanford and Pitt. First ever showdown as members of the ACC. That should be special coming up in a couple of weeks.
Well, both these coaches didn't shy away from calling it the best conference in the country, and you can see why. I mean, ACC in the top 25. Pitt, obviously a phenomenal season, lost their first set to Boston College on Friday, but Louisville, Stanford there in the top 5. Florida State at 10-3. They're going to be a good team, and SMU and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, last couple of years, have made quite the jump.
That one's long, and by the way, there were 6 teams on that list, plus 7 if you count Miami receiving votes. Boston College will see 5 of them over this 16-day stretch, which started with Pitt. They'll be on the road in California, Florida State, and Miami weekend. So it is not easy sledding for the Eagles. Lucy Mott with an ace.
So you're saying you want to play in the ACC?
Well, there you go, right? Exactly. Well, I think that's the thing that's so difficult, because it feels like Boston College is doing some things. I mean, they took a set off Pitt, as we talked about. In this match right now, it's been a good one. That one goes into the net, but the challenge of getting over the hump and winning against some of these ranked teams, because they're so good, they just wear you down over and over.
Able to take off a set here for the first time since the win against Northern Iowa for SMU. So again, it's been a streak that Boston College has been able to stop for Pittsburgh on Friday, and now SMU here on Sunday. And you string together some confident sets, you get together some good play, that builds some confidence.
Haggerty did get it through. Julia Haggerty, not a ton of swings today, but that's 3 kills on 6 swings, once again without an error. Also 7 blocks.
That's a good save by Riddle to keep the play alive, and then Haggerty just takes a little bit off of it.
It's kind of a modified slide there. Now Wheeler. Eagles block. Got 2. Wheeler trying again. That one may not have even gotten over. So BC is closed a bit to within 4. Whoa, a little miscommunication. SMU does get it over. Key point here, Haggerty, got it. 3 in a row for Boston College.
And again, it's the freshman getting more playing time. A good setup to Haggerty. Mott with a beautiful feed.
Back within 3 points here in this third set. Ross goes over. Oh, that's an excellent dig. Eagles block, couldn't keep it in. That's Gentry Lamoran, who's into the game for the first time, junior outside hitter.
Yeah, this dig from Bolton keeps the play alive, and Lamoran, who has been a spark for this SMU team off the bench.
Yeah, she's someone that hasn't played a ton this year. This is just her 14th set of the year, but Sam Erger spoke really highly of what she brings to the table. She'll go back to serve. SMU's lead is back to 4. And in fact, actually, they'll sub in Wheeler back into serve on rotation.
Did her job, right? Came off the bench, provided that spark, and gets a point.
And Wheeler gets an ace.
That's why these rotations matter, right? I mean, look at this serve, kind of a knuckle serve that has no rotation on it and just dies down in front of Riddle.
Third ace of the set for SMU. Annika Rock comes back in. Here's Hoppus, like she took something off there. Mott. And Ross tried to push it to the back row. Tabron again. Mott could only get a piece. And Jason Kennedy will use the timeout. So BC clawed back a bit to 3, but then SMU wins 3 points in a row of their own. And it's 21-15 SMU back with the lead here in this third set.
I'll take a look at that last sequence here for SMU, and again, just good movement, good communication. Off the serve receive, if you can get it on 3, that's kind of the goal, right? Is nice clean touch, nice clean feed from the setter, and then the nice clean kill from the outside. And here in the third set, SMU has been efficient, now hitting 327 in the match.
Well, SMU, one of the newcomers to the ACC. Part of the reason that we've talked about the growth of ACC volleyball, obviously some of it has to do with how many teams have continued to rise. You mentioned Georgia Tech, but part of it's adding teams like this. Not just Cal, who's been pretty good in their own right. Stanford, of course, the 9-time national champs. And SMU, who was sort of peaking at the right time, right? They went 18-1 last year, 26-7 overall. Won the AAC, first time momentum of it, and turned it into a preseason ranking. First time they've ever been ranked SMU, as they've been here over the last couple of weeks.
And some will say it's the Sam Erger effect, right? I mean, 22 wins in year number 1, now 26 last year, 11. And then look at that beautiful feed just off the top of the tape.
Anything you got to do to get it done. Cullen back set from the back line. First time the Eagles got that with Chimney trying to step up. Petrie has to bump set for Ross. Diving play on the back row, but BC's got it. Ellie Bolton couldn't quite control the pass. So 3 points one way, 3 the other. Now 3 in a row again for Boston College. 21-18.
Game of runs that we've seen so far here today. And again, is how can you weather the storm? Can you get that point that turns the tide?
Really good shot. That was one where Maya Tabron knew her team needed a point and just goes and on a perfect angle knocks it down 22-18.
Yeah, the adjustment here, realizing the block's in front of her, so has to go a little bit angled towards the inside of the court and still gets enough on it.
Ellie Bolton to serve. Back row shot. Eagles do get it back over, but out. Boy, both teams have hit the ball extremely well in this third set. This has been a set about offense. BC's hitting 409, and SMU nearly at 400. Look at the height.
Talked about
Chimay.
Yeah, that vertical is just so good. She gets up there, and again, the timing on those shots, she's still able to put enough power on it.
Miss hit in the back row, and it's set point for SMU.
Came in 12th in kills per set. Now up to 15 in the match.
And does. So again, the serve-receive issues show up at a bad time, and SMU takes set 3. 25-18, and the Mustangs will go for his right. It's just trying to manage that spot. So Maya Tabron will serve for SMU. They're up 2-1 as we restart here in the fourth. Moore still out there as the setter, and she's got Cornelia Roach, point number 1 for BC.
Yeah, good decision for Roach there to just push it through. As she got up, she's made some really good decisions between the block. So an isolated block, not a lot of support there for SMU, and finds the open space.
So Yelland will serve. Back set is blocked. Really good positioning to read it. Nia Chimay could not get it through. Julia Haggerty.
Yeah, again, Haggerty just keeping those eyes peeled, moves over with Schroeder, and then it's Haggerty with the solo block.
Harrington blocked out. So good start to the fourth set, I should say, excuse me, for BC, up 3.
And again, that's why you put Brooklyn Yellen back there, right? To extend those types of plays, gives you opportunities to get clean feeds towards the front of the net.
Good dig by Yelland. Here's Schroeder, goes back line and couldn't quite hit it. Not a bad idea. Just didn't quite have the angle on it down the line, 3-1. Natalie Foster. Here's Harrington, and a miss hit up front from Chimay.
It's one of the rare mistakes she's made here today. Just thought maybe it might come with a little bit more on it, so adjusted the arms. Right there, you can see kind of takes a step to adjust, but angles it the wrong way.
Back set, Chimay. Great dig on the back line to keep that point going. And Schroeder finds the win. It's the freshman, Lucy Mott, who got the dig in the back to keep this going.
Yeah, great job there. Got low, and then Yellen with the nice setup. And look at this. Schroeder had to go backwards, still put some spin on it to get that kill down.
Chimay wide. 6-1 BC starts the fourth, and SMU calls time. What a turnaround for the Eagles, trying to extend this to a fifth set. They're up 6-1.
Knock, knock. Number one broker here for the number one hitmaker.
Thanks for swinging by, Carl.
No problem. So what are all those for?
This lets me adjust the bass, add more guitar, maybe some drums.
Wow, so many choices.
Yeah, like Schwab. I can get full-service wealth management, advice, invest on my own, and trade on Thinkorswim.
You know Carl is the only front man you need.
Oh, I gotta take this, Carl. It's Schwab.
Schwab.
Have a choice in how you invest with Schwab.
So what are you working on?
Something for the Garcias. Right there's great.
Love you, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
We've got 24 hours to get all of this under control.
Then you're gonna need these today.
Oh, we can deliver that.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow. Get delivery at the speed you need only at the Home Depot.
Have not lost very much, generally speaking, and have not lost many sets in doing that. The Eagles trying to get this to a fifth set. SMU's only been taken there twice all season. They have won over 75% of their sets. The Eagles have taken one so far today, and they're up 6-1 in the second and make it 6-2 as Lucy Mott. A little bit too much on it.
Yeah, SMU came in, 37-set wins, 12-set losses. Now they're 13th here to Boston College, and it was similar on Friday night. Pitt came in red hot, hadn't dropped the set. Boston College was able to take one. So again, moral victories. Some coaches don't like to talk about it, but those really string together some confidence in your players.
Julia Haggerty got it.
Another great setup and just good feed from across. It's Lucy Mott again who's going to give it to Haggerty. And, if you're Boston College, you feel like if you can get it to a fifth, shorter set, more quicker points, might have an advantage there.
Schroeder, good serve. Sixth ace for Boston College today, and it's 8-2 here in the fourth.
Average 1.5 per set, 14th in the ACC, but having a great game at the line today.
And the block. That time it's Sam Hoppus on her own.
Yeah, Hoppus just knew this one was coming right to her, had to prepare herself as she saw the slide come and just reads the run up from Lambaran and puts that one down.
Cullen leaves it well. Comes cross court. That one gets back over, but out. Gentry Lambarand makes it 9-3. Wheeler's had a couple of good serving runs so far today. Back for SMU. Haggerty down the middle. 6 kills on 9 swings for Haggerty without an error today.
Just goes back to the efficiency for Haggerty at the net. So good at taking those balls and really just putting them away, not giving the opposing team, whether it's SMU here tonight or Pitt on Friday, an opportunity.
Haggerty goes into the net on the serve, Yellen back in. So 10-4. They're at the Cannell Center. Boston College volleyball now the last couple of years. Mott for Roach, tried to go to the back row. Russ is long but tipped. So point to BC.
Another good set for Yellen, right? That specific change here in the fourth set has really given Boston College some room to work with, whether it's moving players around, getting them in a good spot, because Yellen covers a lot of ground out on the court.
Moore back in on rotation with Harrington. Slide play, that was wide all the way. It's fascinating how well that worked early in the first set, and it has just not ever since.
Well, SMU just not hitting well to start this set. 500 last set, now sub 100.
Back row. That was a little bit of a different look from the back row from Chimay. Took something way off, but finds the point. Well, there's the difference. Their sets so far. Struggled on the attack, but a miss hit on the serve return. And an ace for SMU, 12-6.
Yeah, Schroeder got low for that one, just couldn't elevate it enough, so it kind of punches away from her fist.
Or maybe a little bit out in front of Roach. Tabron. You see, got a piece, got to go Russ. Another chance for Audrey Russ. Good dig in the back line. Tabron again, took something off and drops it in front of Aubrey Moore. Jason Kennedy doesn't want to get this any closer. Calls time at 12-7.
You see that communication from Chimay to set up Tabron on the other side. It's one of those where you know you want to go and switch where the team is or where the opposing team is, especially their block, but sometimes you get caught in the same routine, in the same rhythm. Teams are able to pick up on it. Chimay has dictated where that ball is going to go a couple of times, and really it's capitalizing on the slow block or the late block for Boston College, and SMU is taking some points away from BC.
12-7 the lead for BC, and let's talk about Julia Haggerty, as we said. National leader in blocks per set, and once again, has played extremely well so far today, not only in the blocking game, but also 6 kills on 9 swings without an error.
Yeah, it's following up an 8-kill night against Pitt, where she only had 2 errors, 5 kills against North Carolina, 10 blocks in the matchup against Duke, 12 against North Carolina, 8 blocks here today. She's looking for her 4th consecutive double-digit block game. And again, when you can get some production from Haggerty at the net along with her defense, it really allows her to grow.
And look at where this number is. Again, it's not even this graphic so much about telling you that Haggerty is first in the country, which she is, but there has not been a player who averaged more than 2 blocks per set for an entire season since 2007. Now, we got a long way to go. More than half the ACC schedule is still to go. But the fact that not only is she leading the country, but leading the country at 2 blocks, 2.1 now after the game against Pitt. No one's been there for a whole season. So as long as this run lasts, it is remarkably impressive. And that's a number that's actually trending up over the last couple of games. There's Ross. Good set from Moore.
Again, just another good set from the freshman. And whether it's Mott or Moore, they have really put it in the wheelhouse for Boston College.
For Moore now, that's 13 assists, which ties her ACC high for the year. She had 13 against Duke as well. Season high is 17, which she had a couple of times in opening weekend. Bolton calls for it. That was, I'm not sure that ever got over. Jason Kennedy's gonna challenge this, and this should be a Boston College point whenever it's done. It's SMU's for now, but Jason Kennedy has already handed the card.
Midway through the point, he went and grabbed the card.
Just stop, just look. So they will, and they will confirm it on video with Artie downstairs. Yeah.
Off.
Boston College.
So good at these green cards.
2 for 2 today for Jason Kennedy. So 14-7 now. Score flips. BC trying to send this to a 5th set. That was smacked but long and was not tipped.
We literally heard that all the way up here and through our headset.
You could hear it with the open palm, right? So not a clean hit, and that's why it sails high. So 15-7 now. Morgan Riddle to serve. Abron does keep that going. Here is Harrington, that's deflected. And BC's in control of this 4th set. And SMU calls time.
Again, it's the way they're utilizing the strikes off the block. Saw a lot of
First time in a while that's worked. Natalie Foster. Feels like Foster is an arm that SMU has not been able to get to as much as this match has gone on, but was really good early. And I mean, still for the match, 8 kills, 13 swings, hitting .538.
Yeah, but as you said early on, those kills came from Foster. Have gone more to Chimay and Tabron here in the later sets.
Here's Harrington, good swing. Back to 10 for Brooklyn Yellen, back to serve. And what's been interesting about this fourth set for BC, and really, you know, the whole match to some degree, it's been with different roles than we've seen in Boston College's starting lineup. Yellen's gone to the libero from her usual defensive specialist spot. 2 different setters ever since the first set, including Moore, who's been really good, and Haggerty wins it.
Haggerty blocked that one originally, kept the play alive for Boston College, gets the feed right back, and then just puts it away in the open space. So good in her decision-making.
Yellen into the net.
This is an impressive set for Boston College.
Played well in that fourth set against Pitt as well. Took them to 25-20, but this is obviously in a much different way, trying to get SMU to a 5th set.
All part of the growth process for a young team, right? A lot of voids to fill for Jason Kennedy, and putting the young players in big moments.
Schroeder blocked.
And I love that from Schroeder. She's been going down the line more. She's been going off the top of the block. This time goes back to the cross court and points immediately to herself, says, hey, my bad. Get back to the game plan.
Off the Foster serve. Schroeder blocked again, 2 in a row for SMU. That time it was led by Chimay. So still plenty of room to work with for Boston College, but SMU is closed a bit. 19-11. And Foster, who can get on a run. Back set, Harrington took something off. Nice response point to get the Eagles to 20.
We've seen matching power for power, and now it's finesse for finesse. And you get the block to commit, and then you realize you're kind of in James Wheeler.
Good, quick middle block set. That is Natalia Newsom, the first year from Arlington, Texas, who's not played a ton this year.
Just 6 games played on the year, had 6 kills against Northern Iowa, 3 kills against Clemson last weekend.
First kill of the match today, makes it 20-12. Haggerty, got it. Well, Julia Haggerty's starting to have a day now. 8 kills. 8 blocks. They marked that wrong on the score. It should be, yep, they got it now, 21-12. Haggerty up to 727 on her hit percentage today without an error. Bump set from Cullen that time. It was too far over. Another shot at it. Mott keeps it going. Wheeler this time. Yellen sets up. Hoppus got it. That's a really good set from Yellen, especially with Hoppus as an opposite side hitter.
And 2 good saves on the line from Lucy Mott to keep that play alive. There's one of them. And then you talked about this set for Yellen. Nice elevated set to get enough air under it. And then Hoppus able to put it away.
There was a wet spot on the floor. Eagles are hitting .522 in this fourth set. Haggerty's there. Solo block for the national leader.
Now going to be 9 blocks there for Haggerty as she gets up again. Prevents that one from going through on Newsom.
Wheeler, that was deflected in anyway. Ends a 3-0 scoring run for Boston College. Tabron, good shot, good choice.
We talked about her coming over from Colorado and really seeing a lot of action here for SMU and taking what she learned for the Buffs and kind of utilizing it.
An ace for SMU. Long way to go, but closing a bit. Back within 8.
We've seen SMU go on 5-point runs, 6-point runs. Very capable team.
Hot back for Hoppus off the block. And Boston College has set point.
The attacking off the block this set for Boston College here in the fourth. They've just done a really great job making that block commit and then putting it in a place where they have to make a decision to touch it or make a play on it. Just one touch and done.
I think that was deflected, so the Eagles had to play that out. 24-16.
Now hitting a match best 312.
Gets SMU back over into the positives for their hit percentage in this set. Roach. Free ball over for Ross. Slide play, punch to the back row. Was it tipped? No. SMU may want to look at this. If it stands, it ends the fourth set. Will stick with their libero change from the fourth set. Brooklyn Yelland will stay on in the white jersey for BC. And again, it's the freshman setter, Aubrey Moore, who's out there, along with Harrington to start. Set 5 starts with a serve long and 1-0 SMU.
Well, for both teams, you don't want to be the team that makes the most mistakes. You don't want to give up 3 points in this 5th set.
Service errors have been a topic of conversation today. 10 of them for BC, 12 of them for SMU. Foster trades one.
Only fitting, right?
So 1-1.
It's how the game started. I guess it's how it should finish.
It is a little different. Neither team has been here much, as we said. Just 2 matches each in a 5th set. First in ACC play for SMU. Eagles got off to a lead really early in that 4th set, kind of kept going from there. That's a miss hit off the surge. Good play by Bolton to at least give SMU a chance. Harrington, the block, was that in? No, it didn't miss by much, but it's out on the backside. And BC leads 2-1. By the way, Aubrey Moore, that's now a new career high, 19 assists.
That's a great job by Bolton to get all the way back, and then Wheeler puts it deeper on the BC side than sometimes those free balls usually are.
Back row, yes. Nia Chimay, 17 kills.
Again, just a rocket from Chimay. We've heard it a couple times. We've seen it from that back row, and she has been dangerous for SMU.
Cullen Moore leaves it for Schroeder. That was tip. Harrington blocks. Maya Tabron leads the way.
Aubrey Moore just a little bit too low on this setup to the right side. Was trying to feed Harrington, but again, just too low for Harrington, so couldn't get enough of the swing on it.
Haggerty left hand. And couldn't get it over. And Jason Kennedy will use the quick timeout. Just out of sorts there, those last couple of points, and SMU takes it. Mustangs lead 4-2 here in the 5th.
Knock, knock. Number 1 broker here for the number 1 hitmaker.
Thanks for swinging by, Carl.
No.
Guitar, maybe some drums.
Wow, so many choices.
Yeah, like Schwab. I can get full-service wealth management, advice, invest on my own, and trade on Thinkorswim.
You know Carl is the only front man you need.
Oh, I gotta take this, Carl. It's Schwab.
Schwab.
Have a choice in how you invest with Schwab.
So what are you working on?
Something for the Garcias. Right there's great.
Love you, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
We've got 24 hours to get all of this under control.
Then you're gonna need these today.
Oh, we can deliver that.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow. Get delivery at the speed you need only at the Home Depot.
SMU leads 4-2. Remember, they got the big one on the horizon coming up next on Wednesday at Pitt. Pitt is the travel partner of SMU, just the way they kind of schedule it out. So not easy to have to play them twice in a row, but that's what's on the horizon. But they're trying to finish off this match here in Chestnut Hill first. 4-2 lead, 3-0 scoring run here for SMU. There are a couple of mishits on the Boston College attacking side. Celia Cullen. Haggerty, back row, got it.
It's now 3 sets for Moore that have been really, really low. Haggerty's able to punch that one through and make it a point for Boston College, but that was the emphasis there for Jason Kennedy going to that timeout, was trying to get to his freshman, talk to her about those sets, takes her out here.
And the 6-2 rotation switches over, so it's Mott back in. And on serve, over pass, Eagles take advantage, and they've quickly squared it 4-4. So good use of the timeout by Jason Kennedy to not let this get away, and we're tied again.
And it's a sophomore, Hallie Schroeder, who just capitalizes. She's been the one that has dictated some of those points at the net for Boston College, and that time a big one.
Tabron block is out. A couple of times it is not missed by much.
Yeah, Haggerty takes a peek at the spot. Maybe thought there could have been a mark there, but good attack from Tabron, and BC block was there, just mishit it.
5-4 SMU. Mott comes over for Haggerty. Mott keeps that going. She's been really good digging, and that's off the antenna. 2 freshman setters who have played since the first set, basically exclusively. The Eagles can't quite get the point. 2 in a row to SMU. 6-4 Mustangs. Colorado transfer, tried to drop it in. Yellen does get it over. A free ball for SMU. Wheeler, yes.
Yeah, Eagles kind of bobbled this one from the start of the serve. Schroeder just couldn't get it cleanly towards Mott, and then Yellen just had to get a free ball over, and SMU capitalizes. Three-point lead for SMU here in the 5th.
Yellen miss-hit. And SMU leads 8-4. BC's gonna use another timeout. Last one for Jason Kennedy, or excuse me, they switch here at 8-4.
Yeah, it looked like Mott might have just kind of stumbled trying to get into position. Not sure she would have been able to make a play on that one. Now we switch sides, a 4-point lead for SMU, and this has been the favorable side for Boston College.
So here, Lambros will come back in for Mott. Remember, Lambros, who we have not seen since the first set, but obviously the veteran comes back in. So we'll be out there with Hoppus this time. Here's Schroeder. And SMU went into the net. Ross back in for BC.
Get some contact there with the net, so.
Chimay, no doubt. Cullen back for Chimay. It's saved by Lambros. It's a bump set, it's Hoppus, and it's down. BC not going away easily.
And you can see Sam Erger coming out, telling Chimay, just go through it. Just go, I get after it. Boston College, 2 straight points.
8-6 now. Here in the winner-take-all fifth. Chimay does that time. Eagles block got enough of it. Here's Ross out front. Audrey Ross wins the 3rd point in a row for Boston College. And that's, you know, we showed you that clip at halftime of what Jason Kennedy said about his block. Sometimes it's not even about the ones that go down statistically as a block, but the ones that the Eagles can control to eventually result in a point like that. 8-7 now. Wheeler. BC will get a chance. Lambros. Wasn't a great set. Mustangs can play it out. Wheeler trying again. It was tipped. Sets up Ross. And that's Sales. Was it tipped? No. Jason Kennedy is going to ask for a look. And what a moment this is. Because it's either 9-7 or 8-8 here in the 5th.
It's been good so far on the challenges today for Boston College. And he knew immediately. He went for the card again after that play continued to be played out. We'll take a look with you at home and see if we see what Jason Kennedy saw.
Remember, the thing with these are, it's fractions of millimeters and can be so difficult to overturn sometimes, even if you do have a look. Remember, the call on the floor was no tip. Jason Kennedy was certainly pretty sure, and he is 2 for 2 today.
He had a good angle on that shot as well, looking directly at that side of the net with no players kind of blocking him. So initial ruling on the court was no touch. It's one sometimes that can go right between the hands.
See if we can tell at all here. Remember, worth noting, the cameras that the officials are looking at downstairs are slightly different ones than the ones that you see on our broadcast here. There's closed-circuit cameras throughout the facility, so it's not exactly the view that they're looking at, so they may have something different, we may have something different. From what we have on that net can, I would say you can't, but they're able to take the robotic cameras in the facility and kind of zoom in, get an exact look. So there are times where they can get a pretty good look downstairs. Artie can work some magic down on the keyboard and we'll see what he can find. Remember, it's either 9-7 or 8-8. So a massive moment here in the 5th set.
Boston College bench trying to stay loose.
I'm going to say they can't find enough here.
It looks like,
yep,
they agree.
So 9-7 SMU here in the 5th. It's just, I mean, it's possible with Newsom, but it's just hard to tell.
Sometimes you're happy the block is late.
So SMU's lead is back to 2 here in the 5th. Hoppus missed wide. That is 5 attack errors for Boston College here in this 5th set. Haggerty got it through the middle. Julia Haggerty, that's 10 kills now. 1 block away from a double-double. The overall numbers. Jane Petrie switches out for BC. 2 setters on the floor at the moment. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's actually still in, but they can't quite get it over. It hit the back railing, stayed in. Remember, it's all in play.
Yeah, Petrie did a good job trying to read that ricochet. Just didn't have some support behind her as that one came off hard, but that's the power that comes from some of these strikers up top from SMU.
Brooke Frazier, who was wearing a libero jersey earlier, not here, back into serve. Lambros, good set to the middle for Roach. The one thing your veteran setters have, if you're Jason Kennedy, is that really good ability to set the middle. And Lambros does so there. That was her best set of the match. Moore comes back in on rotation here, along with Harrington. It's 11-9. SMU is just 4 points away.
It's been a good rotation out on the floor for Jason Kennedy and Boston College.
Slide play. That's back over. And SMU's got to play it out again. Wheeler. Ross sends it back over. And the Eagles went into the net, so point to SMU. All kind of out of sequence there a couple of times. BC did well to survive it as much as they did. But SMU leads 12-9 here in the 5th.
Yeah, sometimes that momentum gets you over.
Ross, good positioning on the block. Another chance. Slide play again. Yellen gets it back over. On the overpass, Cullen for Tabron. Again, Yellen in a good spot for the 50-50 ball won by Tabron. And SMU leads 13-9. Timeout, Jason Kennedy.
I don't know about you, Eric, but I like some cheese on my sliders. And these slides from SMU have been juicy, and Tabron puts it home.
It's fascinating how the game turns, right? Because in that first set, the slide was the most effective play SMU had. And then really, a little bit in the 4th, but really for the most part, sets 2, 3, and 4, it was not there. BC defended it really well. A couple of times, SMU just kind of missed on it. But they've gone back to it here in the 5th, and it's worked in a really important way. And even a couple of times when BC's been able to defend it, it's kind of just been overpasses back over. So it was there, it wasn't, and now it's back in a big way for SMU.
Yeah, and that's a great point there. There are times where that power just pops it right back to you, so you get a second chance at it. And they've come in big moments in the game. I think that's what really sticks out for us here, is that when these slides have come for SMU, it's kind of turned the tide. And in this moment, 13-9, this could be the deciding play. And they've gone to it with a couple of players, and that's what makes them so versatile and dangerous.
Yeah, we've seen it from Foster, certainly. We've seen it from Okamore. Tabron won that last point, the Colorado transfer, all Pac-12 honorable mention last year. And SMU is now 2 points away from trying to wrap up a 7th consecutive win and a 6th straight road win for the Mustangs. Wheeler on the serve. Moore goes for Russ. SMU can play it out. Tabron took something off. Bump set, Russ trying again. Block is good. Match point for SMU.
Well, what a time for the block to come alive for SMU. Now their third block here in the 5th set, and a big point.
Into the net. EC keeps life for the moment. So 14-10, and Morgan Riddle trying to keep Boston College in this 5th set. It's the slide play. Moore over pass, Tabron rocks it down. And SMU's won their 7th match in a row.